Let's clean off that lens. There we go. That's a little better. Oh, we'll wait for a few more people to get in here. Oh, my heavens. I decided to take today off of work. I've only got like a week left. It's my last week. And honestly, I'm just going to coast through as best I can. I'm not going to miss this job. I'm not going to miss this job. And the job that I'm going to, a lot more money. A lot more money. So we're just waiting for a few people to get in. You know what? While I'm waiting for the audience to build just a little bit, hell, shit. I'm probably just going to go get a drink here quick, put on some music. It's nice to have a day off work, even if I'm hurting a little bit. And I've been doing so much 3D printing. Other people's stuff, my stuff. Really been enjoying it. Really been enjoying it. I made this. This is going to go up in the shop here probably sometime Tuesday or Wednesday. So this and this. It's a little pump for Optimus. I'm really happy with the way this turned out. This turned out really, really well. And I ordered some 5mm tubing. It's a 5mm hole right there and another 5mm hole in this pump. I ordered some 5mm tubing and yeah, looking forward to getting this pump installed in Optimus. You know what? I didn't try that yet. Josh, how you doing, buddy? Holy hell. I just got a text, my buddy Josh. You'll remember Josh from like the early days of the podcast. Josh goes, I'm in the audience. Yay. Oh, my heavens. Be right back. Gonna get a drink. Let's see here. I got another text from Josh. Haha, I didn't realize until that moment that I missed seeing your toy reviews. I'm trying to get back to it. I am trying to get back to it. Depression's a bitch. But I am trying to get back to it. Honestly, the 3D printer has done, this is going to sound weird, but that 3D printer, it's done wonders for my depression. Especially in this job. I hate this job, but you know, it's down to my last week. But just having that 3D printer, it does give me stuff to look forward to. And the stuff that I've been making has been incredible. These guns that peg together and they kind of pop into Metroplex, and you can slot a Combiner Wars figure into them. Really nice. 3D printed from Funbee Studios on Patreon if anyone's interested. This cannon, this bot designed by myself. The cannon's Funbee Studios. Swerve's little bar bot is Funbee Studios. The Optimus gasoline pump. These are designed by me, printed out on my machine. They'll be up on Doll Surprise Toys here on Shapeways and Thingiverse here probably next Tuesday or so. Really, really happy with the way they printed out. Very happy with the way they printed out. Oh. Nothing like broadcasting to an audience of one. Oh, don't even care at this point. It's nice to be back on the channel. I got this big guy here. Let me come around here and get him. I got this. This is an oversized knockoff. No, not Swerve. This is an oversized knockoff hotspot. And I've got some plans for him. Got some real big plans for him. Just to give you an idea of how oversized this is hotspot, and this is another hotspot that I customize. So this is clench. Actually, this is it's onslaught that's done into clench, but that gives you some sort of idea of how oversized he is. I'm going to yes, Xavier. How you doing, buddy? The glass, she has returned. So what I'm going to do is I got a hold of Steam Shield and asked him to put his hubcap head up onto Cults 3D, which is a website where you can download stuff. Because during the last podcast, a bunch of us were kind of talking, and we looked at hubcap's head and went, wow, that really looks like IDW roller. And a little bit of tweaking, so I asked Steam Shield, hey, could you put the head up on Cults 3D? And he's been pretty good about that stuff, so I'm sure he'll get it up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the head, kind of resize it, do a little bit of sculpting on it on Tinkercad, and I'm going to replace this with a chest shield that I'm going to design, and then I'm going to create like some shields in the back. We're going to take the whole fire assembly off, and I'm going to create like shields in the back that kind of break apart, so he gives that Cybertronian patty wagging look. But that... Hey, Crimson Raptors, how you doing, buddy? So that will make a really good IDW roller. And I mean, that's him next to a Voyager class figure, a tall Voyager. So he's going to have that really hulking, massive look. I'm trying to decide. Thank you, Crimson Raptors. Thank you. So I'm trying to decide, like, what am I going to do with like the little back end of the Cybertronian paddy wagon? Am I going to make it like just a part that detaches? That's not really what I want to do. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it be like a weapon storage trailer. Either that or a riot shield. Maybe a little bit of both. And, oh, I love this. Crimson Raptors, it's great to hear you're doing good. I'm doing pretty good too. Battling a little depression. I'm quitting my job at the cable company, going to work as an assistant for a stock trader. Make it able to hold Titan headmasters or battle target masters. I'm probably going to have like a few spots on it. Like I was actually thinking about having the rivets around the edge of it, actually making them, instead of just like bolts, cosmetically making them something that like a little Titan master could stand on. And for sure, I'm going to put some 5mm ports in there. So that it's able to hold weapons on the outside, able to hold weapons on the inside. I might go for a cleaner look. Scott, give us some classic drunken Blunghole. God, I don't know if I should. People used to get so angry whenever I would pretend to be drunk. It's just, hey, everybody, it's your pal Blunghole. It's here for you to try. And today, I'll be reviewing for you my life. Fuck. Stock trading. So it sounds like too much math, but I'm going to give you a big secret. Find a whole bunch of stocks. You want something that jumps up and down a lot, like Tesla. Tesla jumps up and down a lot, and people freak out about it all the time. You don't want something that stays pretty consistent. 3M, for example, Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing, the guys that make tape and Post-it notes. Their stock doesn't jump up and down a lot. It just kind of stays like a steady. And if you want your money to be secure and just kind of hold its value, then I guess 3M's okay. But quite honestly, if you want to make money, you want something that jumps up and down like Tesla, like Enphase, ANET, AMD. You want stuff that has a lot of drama. And you can see that in the charts. Like if you go into Google and just put in the stock, you'll see it jump up and down. And it's really simple. You see it's up, you sell it. You see it's down, you buy it. Everybody runs away. That's whenever you run towards it, back and forth. So it's really not too much math. It's looking at a chart and going like, it's down. And it's looking at the news going, it looks like Elon Musk grabbed a 13-year-old girl and punched her in the face. Time to buy Tesla stock. Or at least look at it a little bit and watch that sucker drop. Because every once in a while, Tesla does some questionable stuff. I finally got the Spectro gun printed out, and super happy with that. Super happy with that. Crimson Raptor, we're doing the podcast again. We're putting it up. It's all over the place right now. It's on Rave1X's, Xavier's channel. It's on my channel. We're up on Podbean, BitChute. It's kind of all over the place. Yeah, I'm really happy with the way the gun turned out. I might do a gunmetal gray polish on it. But yeah, I'm super happy with the way that gun turned out. Really, really happy. Is this music annoying? Should I turn it off or should I leave it on? Just to kind of kill the silence. Oh my heavens. But yeah, once that comes up, it'll look more like that. Xavier. Oh, leave it on? Will do. Xavier, did you see the new thing I designed? Oh, this is just some vaporwave. I like vaporwave. It relaxes me. So I'll show you. I don't know if you were here to see this. This is my new design. Right there. That is the back end of the pump for Optimus Prime. I kind of patterned off the G1 Optimus Prime. That's got a 5mm peg in it, so it works with the newer ones. And here's the other end of the pump. There we go. Turn it that way. And it's got holes in the end for 5mm tubing. Thank you, Xavier. Crimson Raptor, what 3D printer did you get? Ender 3. Man, I love my Ender 3. That's what I've got. I'm looking now at getting a resin printer too. And honestly, yeah, a few other printers. I'd like to have they call it a print farm whenever you have like 4 or 5 printers. I loaned my girlfriend like $400 to get a new computer, and she's going to pay me back next week. And I think I'm going to use that $400 to end up getting an Elegoo Mars or an Anycubic Photon and some extra stuff. Do yourself a favor. Upgrade your Ender 3. Upgrade the main board on it to the silent main board. Much quieter, much smoother, and it's got some temperature runaway control. My Ender 3, I guess it was about 4 or 5 weeks after I got it, like one of the wires burned off in the main board. Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing, too. Here's the thing, Crimson Raptor. I absolutely agree with you. Start small. Start with the Ender 3. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to like get in there and tweak with it. It's definitely not a technology that you have to be shy around. And man, if you need any advice, if you need any help with anything, don't be afraid to get a hold of me. You know, I'll gladly help you out, buddy. Gladly. Rave, thank you so much. I want to show off some more Funby Studio stuff. So let me just move Swerve out of the way here. Here is Swerve's Barbot. It was like in like 1 or 2 panels of the I like the magnetic sheet to not. Oh yeah, I've got that too. That magnetic sheet. Yeah, it's great. It's great. And you just pick it up and you bend it and everything just falls off. Yeah, that magnetic sheet is absolutely fantastic. It's honestly, I would have to say that magnetic sheet for the Ender 3 is probably the second best upgrade I did after the silent main board. My third best upgrade, I got an aluminum extruder instead of like the plastic one that's on there. And that aluminum extruder worked really well too. And I changed the PTFE tubing. Doc versus Barbot. Fight, you cowards. Well, you know, here's the thing. Doc's just got those things, but Barbot can hold a 5mm weapon. So, shit. I don't know. Like, Doc's slightly sentient. I don't picture the Barbot as being sentient, quite honestly. His little tray comes off, too. He just holds it. And right now, I'm printing out the entire Swerves bar set from Funby Studios. His Patreon is absolutely incredible. He just recently put up something called the Sky Doom Shield. It's all these parts. It's like a wingtips and a nose cone and like a little tail fin that turns the siege seekers into something that looks a little bit more Cybertronian. It looks more like less like something from Battlestar Galactica, more like something from the G1 cartoon. But then the parts come off and they form a little shield with the Decepticon logo. So really pleased with that. And I mean, Funby does some amazing stuff. I've got a couple of the ships lined up. This table is eventually going to be what I display my Unicron on. But I mean, look at that Revenge, huh? Isn't that amazing? And this was printed on the Ender 3. Man. And it's a thing where, like, sometimes, like, depending on what side you print it on, the only thing I don't like about the Ender 3, whatever side is touching the board ends up looking a little bit messy. Like this part was printed like this, with, like, the flat end here. Crimson Raptors, if you want the sharp points, like the Impossible Toys Tetra Jets, honestly, go ahead and get that Sky Dune Shield from Patreon, because it gives you the sharp points. The Axelon, as a matter of fact, I just didn't put it down, but yeah, I have already done the Axelon. There is Funby Studios Axelon. Ooh, Bob spun a little bit there. The Axelon is great, and he also did the Dark Side. Right there. Yep, there's a Dark Side, Crimson Raptors. Honest to God, the Legendary Ships series from Funby Studios, it's worth the $5 a month. It is honestly worth the $5 a month to just belong to that, to get the files. Just look up Funby Studios on Patreon. Because it's not just that. So we have the Axelon, we have the Dark Side there. Yeah, you know what? The Dark Side stuck in lava would be great. One of the things I want to do eventually, I've gotten enough skill down working with my 3D printer, just upgrading it here, upgrading it there, changing. Because so far I've changed the PTFE tubing, I've changed nozzles, heat sinks, main boards, a couple of wires. Honestly, at this point, the only thing I haven't done to my printer is work on the beam system, like the little scaffolding. Done the extruder, everything. Boom. I honestly think that I could put one together. I'd have to get a little bit into the programming, but I believe I could put one together. And I would love to take like this design of the Axelon and blow it up to something that's like 3 feet long and hollow it out and turn it into like a play vehicle. Same with all these ships. You know, expand them to 3 feet long. But that's an in the future. That's not a now. That's an eventually. Let me clean this up here a little bit. Everything's getting messy. The attention deficit disorder kicks in, and all of a sudden everything gets messy. I can't help it. Oh, I'll tell you what. If here is Doc, but a great little thing you can do. So I'll put Doc in the center here. So there's Doc. And honestly, if you want Doc, this is part of Doll Surprise Toys. Something Xavier and I came up with. Oh yeah, that dude's shelving dioramas. Dang. But this is part of Doll Surprise Toys. If you want a Doc and you got a 3D printer, you can print one out for free. I'm making everything to print out. This is Insecticon Bob from Trent Troops, Octaverate Forge. And this is a little Puggle figurine that I got off eBay. So now I have the IDW Holy Trinity, Doc, Buster, and Bob. Yeah, that a print farm would be great. Just to, you have 4 or 5 printers working all at the same time, and it's just like done. And yeah, that would be fantastic. Definite dream. But yeah, I'm trying to decide like any cubic photon or Elegoo Mars. I'm not quite certain which one I'd rather have, quite honestly. Oh. Doll Surprise Book of Notes for Thunder Honky's script. You know what? Why not? Why not?
What I did on my Florida vacation.
See, Rave, I just saw that little thing up there. Building play sets would take hella weeks. A play set, honestly, it all depends. I think a play set would be one of those things. Crimson, you've met Trent? That is fantastic. We had Trent on Good Morning Cybertron a few years ago, and he revealed like the Ichthyosaur B-Mog on there. I love Trent. I love Trent. He's a great guy. He's an absolutely great guy. But like play sets, back to what Xavier was saying, play sets are one of those things where it all depends. If you were doing like, certain aspects of like a Cybertronian city, then 3D printing may be the way to go. But if you're doing like Earth backgrounds, trees and dirt, sand, forest, at that point it may be more prudent, instead of going with 3D printing, it may be more prudent to go with the same things that model railroaders do, just on a larger scale. I think Carol Baskin actually is in Florida, which makes a whole lot of sense, Xavier. Speaking of Carol Baskins, what do you guys think of Tiger Tracks, the reveal today? I'll tell you what, as far as the reveals today go, they're doing a yellow Siege sideswipe. They had a Fan First Friday today, and it was Transformers and G.I. Joe this week. So they showed off a couple of the red figures, and they showed off a couple of, like, they showed off the alternate universe Optimus Prime. And then, a couple of little things like that. I had already pre-ordered Optimus Prime through the Amazon wish list. But then, and everybody kind of went, oh, they're not going to have anything because they showed off exhaust. They've showed off thrust. We just recently got pictures of Dirge, but they showed off today IDW Centurion. And instead of it just being Centurion, they threw in Ironhide's drill gun. They threw in a cage for Ravage. They threw in Roller. They threw in fucking Roller for the trailer. They threw in, oh my God. I mean, it was like a ton of stuff. Bumblebee's gun. Let me look here and see what all they threw in with the Centurion, the silver brunt repaint. Let's see here, bringing it up now. But I mean, it was incredible, and instantly, and this is kind of one of the things that disheartens me a bit about the fandom. Everybody went, oh, I'd rather have just the accessories. It's going to be too expensive. I'd rather have just the figure. It's too expensive. And I get that. I do get that. But they ended up making Centurion with all these extra accessories, $19.99. $19.99. It was, and let's see here. What does Centurion come with? Tiger Track, Rotostorm. Let's see. Blaster. Centurion. So it says weaponize your war for Cybertron with the deluxe Centurion drone weaponizer pack. Centurion drone. 17 accessories. It's got Optimus's Ion Blaster, an Energon Axe, the Energon Mace, G1 Blaster, the Drill Blaster, Gas Blaster, Sideswipe's Jetpack, a radar dish for Trailbreaker, many non-converting alt modes for, I think it was Optimus Prime and Reflector, a cage for Ravage, a roller, two Energon cubes, and like the little mini Optimus Prime figure is scaled to go with the HasLab Unicron. And they just went $19.99. Max, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, that is a lot of accessories. But they did that. They did Rotorstorm from the Spinister mold, and Spinister / Rotostorm looks great. I just realized I almost said Minister, which would be a great Spinister repaint. Like a religious Primus Zealot called Minister. But he's just got the Spinister head, but I'm sure there's going to be... Oh, I know for a fact that there's going to be a head out there to change that around with. This is my first one in a long time, buddy. This is my first one in a long time. I took today off work. My back's hurting a little bit. My knee's hurting a little bit. It's my last week at work. I'm not gonna suffer. I'm just gonna coast through my last week at work. Next Friday, next week is my last day. I'll show up for my last day, and quite honestly, you know what? I may take tomorrow off too if I'm not feeling well. I'm not gonna break my back anymore. For this job. Yeah, it's, I put in my 2 weeks. I put in my 2 years. I'm going to something that seems to be a little bit better. On top of that, I'm doing the voice acting. Scott, I need that Centurion. Dude, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. And I think it's going to be a situation where it's like the other generation sex. Could you please get an order in for me? Absolutely. Doing it right now. Let's do this here. Hasbro Pulse. And I'll put the order in for you right now, buddy. Let's see here. And we're going to go exclusives. Aw. Baby, you know it. Let me go ahead. Everything's going slow here. So it is $29.99 right now. It isn't $19.99. Do you want me to order you one at $29.99? Let's see here. $29.99. Check out securely. And don't put your credit card number up on the screen. Let's see here. Shipping address. Let's change it to... There we go. And continue to shipping. Still need. Okay. Putting it in, buddy. Putting it in. Let's see here. Free shipping. Continue to payment. And this is going to come out October. Just so you know, Centurion is coming out in October. So we're going to use my credit card, billing address. Let's see here. Credit card, just waiting for everything. I've got like the vaporwave going in the background. Got the vaporwave going in the background, the live stream, so everything's kind of moving slow. Card holder name. That's me. Okay. Card number. And it's going to be $32.68 with tax, buddy. And if you can just PayPal me, gift me the money whenever you get a chance. I'm in no hurry. All right. And that's great because Hasbro Pulse limited these to 2. So this is the second one I've ordered. So there we go. So I got the 2 in. All right. Buddy, your order is in. Oh, Max, I love Vaporwave too. I think it was about 3 years ago, I had to have a CAT scan. Well, it was an MRI, and I was inside the tube for an hour, and I had them play Vaporwave to calm me down. And whenever I was in the tube, like my arms were scrunched up inside, and I had needles going in both arms. And Vaporwave really kept me calm. It was claustrophobic. It was very claustrophobic. It was weird. I'm normally not claustrophobic, but that one did it. Xavier, you're welcome, buddy. Glad to do it. You know me, man. Anything for a friend. Got the best. Hurry, act now. 2 payments. Hurry, act now. 2 payments of $32.96 is a sleek, sexy import with turbo handling. I do a little voice work on the side. I just started getting into it. The bitch is I can't record my lines until like 2 or 3 in the morning because I live right next to a main street in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. And it is loud, like trucks. Johnstown's a big motorcycle city. We have this thing called Thunder in the Valley. And that's another thing. That's another thing I'm not going to miss. Because I have to sleep during the day at my job, and like the motorcycles constantly wake me up throughout the day. So you know what? Not gonna miss it. Not gonna miss it one bit. I'll be able to sleep at night like a human instead of like a bat, I guess, something that sleeps at night. But I just got Today, I just got a couple of side parts on a podcast coming out soon, like a story podcast called Geeks by Night, I think. And Max, you'll love this. The main character is called Super Max. And like it's like an X-Men type thing, and like instead of mutants, they're called overachievers. So I think now that I've gotten Spectro's gun designed, printed out, up on Shapeways, and up on that, I think I'm going to do Viewfinder's gun next. I loved Viewfinder's gun. And God, this mold, I've bought this mold 9 times. Jesus Christ. Oh, good. I'm glad you like it here, man. I'm glad you like it. I'm just trying to keep things nice and calm. Quite honestly, yeah, there's too much drama, not just in this fandom, just in any fandom. It's just nice to hang out with friends, quite honestly. Dude, I am planning to do a lot more like this. 9 to 6. Well, I'm thinking about buying 3 more. So I think I'm going to buy 12 of these because I want to keep this. I want to keep this kind of pristine. But I was looking at this little part where this pegs in, and I'm thinking to myself, I could make like a little chest that fits over this and just have it peg right into that. But I also want to make heads. I'm not good at designing faces yet, but I want to make heads that match the G1 toy as well. So I'll have my reflector, refractor, scrap face, and toy reflector. I am a mad lad. This is slow grinding music. I like this. I like this. But that IDW roller, I think I'm just going to I'm going to do Viewfinder's gun next. But that IDW roller, that has got me. What's the next non-TF project for the print? Right now, I don't have anything that's non-Transformers related. Yeah, not a thing that's non-Transformers. Made yellow and gray with ball joints, Constructicons, but they weren't KOs. You know what? I don't have it combined, but I think I have one of those guys right over here. Let me see. Yep. Here we go. They were tall guys. Oh, that MMC Cylindrus. I looked at that. And boy, I kind of wanted Cylindrus. But I'm already kind of committed to getting the DJD from MMC. And yeah, doing that, if I get Cylindrus too, it's gonna drive me broke. So I kind of figured I could get the oversized knockoff hotspot was $14. The time to design the parts, probably another $5 or $6 from the head from Steam Shield. And yeah, I figured I'd have a very, very passable roller that's a little bit taller, a little bit beefier, and yeah, a little bit kinder on the wallet. But yeah, I remember these guys too. That was like one of my first reviews. Oh God, I was going through my divorce at the time. Jesus Christ. What a nightmare that was. Machine Wars Prime Colors, a Thunder Clash. I saw that the other day. Good Lord, that thing was beautiful. MMC does some great work. I'm not happy with their Voss. I got Voss on eBay a couple of days ago. I paid $38 for him. Friday night with me and the boys. Just harmonizing with my boys. But yeah, I'm not happy with their Voss. Voss seems a little fragile. Yeah, Voss is, honest to God, Voss feels like a knockoff. And he can barely hold his own gun. So there's Voss. So I'm glad I didn't pay full price for Voss. I have other MMC things. Like I had their Predaking. I ended up selling the Predaking whenever I got the oversized one. But I had MMC Predaking. I've got Nickel in the Pet, and so the Pet's spindly too, but he doesn't feel as fragile as Voss does. So I'm glad I didn't pay full price. I only paid $38 for Voss. Too brittle to transform? I haven't even tried. I'm honestly a little scared to transform them. It's going to take some CBD oil and a bigger a bigger bank account to transform Voss. I think the figure that I have pre-ordered that I'm most looking forward to right now, I think that figure would have to be Constructicon Overload. Because he's my last one. I got all of them. And he's the last one. And honestly, the knockoff that I'm looking forward to the most is the oversized knockoff. Man, that oversized knockoff looks great. At least what little bit I've seen of it. I've only seen the Rampage, but they've really improved the oversized Rampage. And just, the mock-ups that I've seen of how big Devastator would be, I mean, he's gonna be just a little bit larger than Titan class, Chug Devastator, which I'm looking at that one right now. That's gonna be a beefy boy. Oh, I'm so glad I don't have to go to work tonight. So glad. I'm waiting for my boss to message me going like, calling in sick again, huh? Yep. He doesn't care. So, Xavier. Non-TF related. How cray-cray are people with not wanting to wear masks? The mask thing. Like, it stuns me that people don't want to wear masks. It stuns me that it's become a political thing. Quite honestly. That it's become like a control thing. It's just another way for the government to control you. I really believe it's there for safety, quite honestly. It's, if a surgeon wanted to operate on me without a mask, yeah, I'd have something to say about that. And I see people like walking through the stores in here without a mask on, and it's just, it's simple penis science. Let me explain simple penis science to everyone. Let's say you're walking around with your dick out, and another person is near you walking around with their dick out, and you both decide to piss walking next to each other. You're going to get some piss on you, and they're going to get some piss on them, and pretty soon everybody's covered in piss. Now, if one of you is wearing pants, right, and you both piss yourselves, then a little bit of the naked guy's piss is going to get on you. Barely any of your piss is going to get on him. Now, if you're both wearing pants and you piss yourselves and your dicks aren't hanging out, then you're both wetting yourself and nobody gets any piss on anyone, except in rare occasions. It's the piss theory of masks. And yeah, 99% of all TFs wear look at this. Longhole over here is wearing his mask. Voss is wearing his mask. Clench, he's got a nice respirator on. Heck, Doc has the audacity to not even have a face. So, oh my God. Yeah, I don't drive. Okay, so there are times whenever I do drive with a face mask on. It depends on which face mask. There are some factors. If I'm wearing the ones that are just like stretch over the ears, then I'll take that off because it's easy on, easy off. I have another face mask that kind of ties in the back. And if I'm just driving like 1 minute between stores, then I'm going to leave the mask on in my car because it's just 1 minute. And honestly, I'm going to save more time by leaving the mask on than I am with just taking it off. However, whenever I do get in the car and take my mask off, I am painfully aware of what my car smells like. It's not bad, actually. It smells like old McDonald's food. Yeah, but, social distancing. I always saw, like, the robots in Soundwave's chest as kind of his pets. Justin wears a face mask where he works. Yeah, it becomes... Honestly, like, I make the joke. I'll be honest. I've kind of enjoyed the apocalypse. Me being an introvert, I have really enjoyed the apocalypse. It's not been too much of a change for me. No one got my Mortal Kombat reference when I called him Sub-Zero. I did look at some guy who was wearing a mask the other day and went, "Fight!" But yeah, didn't go over well. He just stared at me. People are very humorless anymore. It makes me sad. Makes me sad. Oh, the same, because I'm the same way and I can work at home and not deal with people. LOL. Yeah. This, my new job, it has me interacting with the family, but it's a family, it's a family friend, essentially. So, yeah, I'll be interacting with the family. The husband's a good friend of mine. The wife is my doctor. So, his pets, right? I theorized that Soundwave created each of them. That's why Rumble didn't know what vector signal was. Soundwave is their teacher and father. I can get that. I'll tell you, one of the things I loved in the IDW comics was, even though Soundwave is pretty emotionless, how he flipped out whenever, I think it was Ravage was dying, whenever Tyrest flipped the switch to kill everybody who was constructed cold. And I thought, wow, it's okay, these are this is Soundwave's family. And quite honestly, I'm the same way. Like, I mean, right beside me, look at the ground there. There's Greta Garbo. Greta, you want to say hi? Greta. There she is. Aww. But yeah, I love my little guys. Oh, now she was all quiet, and now she wants loves. Greta has a smoker's voice. And like I said, you can hear it now. There goes the train. This is what ruins every take that I do. Oh, Greta wants belly rubs. doll surprise tie rest kit. I actually got a Combiner War star screen, like the leader class star screen, and I've got a perfect head for it. And yeah, I think I'm gonna make a tie rest out of that. I kind of don't want to drill into them though. But I mean, it's not going to be tie rest without the drills. No two ways about it. Oh, kitty, 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 kitty. I have blankets laying at random spots in the house so that they can just chill and relax. I've got 4 cats. So, like if you look over here, there's some blankets and a pillow I just threw on the ground for them to rest in. That's Alex on the right, and the one making bread is Jazzy Belle. Oh, it was a shame whenever Cthulhu passed away. That broke my heart. That really broke my heart. Cthulhu was my big boy. But yeah, my cats. I love my cats. Absolutely love them. And Pebbles. Pebbles is around here someplace, but he tends to hide a little bit. They ever scream randomly. Wilford does. Wilford does. And Jazzy Belle will too. Jazzy Belle, like Jazzy's meow. I can't get her over here to have her meow for everyone, but Jazzy's meow is kind of like this nasal, like that, right? But whenever Jazzy's at night trying to grab attention, it's like, whoa! And she looked at me. She knows I'm making fun of her. She absolutely knows I'm making fun of her. I mean, Jazzy has like the most guttural. It barely sounds like a cat. It sounds like somebody like duct taped a trumpet to a car exhaust. Isn't that right, Jazzy? Yeah, she's staring at me. She's angry that I'm telling her secrets. Look at her. Oh, my heavens. So it finally got to a point. I'll have to show this off. My collection has finally gotten to a point where it is moving away from the walls. So I guess I'll just do like a little spin around the room in my collection. And some of it's knocked over. I'm kind of in the process here. So I'm going to back up so you can kind of get an idea of the entire room. That's the entire collection room. So nothing much has changed here. So there's like the one shelf with the Year of the Snake, Omega Supreme, Abominus. Then down here we have all my Junkions and my McDonald's toys. A couple of Shapeways things in there. You can see the Abominus down there, a couple of more. Down there, a couple of more figures. Up here, we have the Throttlebots, the oversized knockoff Throttlebots combiner. Overlord. There's my custom Spinister. Let's see here. Just picking out some highlights because, there's like 3,500 here. So if I named them all off, we'd be here forever. I do love that Computron in the back there. That is the Make Toys Computron. Down here is my G1 Season 1 Autobots shelf. I recently retired my Chug Optimus. Earthrise Optimus is my new Optimus. Oh, thank you, Xavier. I love this room too. And down here's a little bit more. You can see my custom landfill down there. Here we go. Titan class Devastator. We got the Titan class MMC oversized knockoff Predaking. Down there we got some Sharkticons. I love those Alicons. God, I wish someone would knock the Alicons off. Oh, here's a rarity. Beast Wars Mutant Soundwave. Complete, intact, unbroken. Don't breathe on it. Here is... Oh, there are my scavengers. There they are. So we have Croc. Croc right there. Getting close here. Croc, Spinister, my custom crankcase. There is Misfire. There's my custom Fulcrum. I love my custom Fulcrum. And there is my Skytread. Down there's some more. And a little bit more down here. Here's a little more knockoff 6-shot in there. Some weird train combiner. Oh, some custom Predators. I do like the custom Predators I did. Yeah, those it is the Corbot 5 Mugger. That's the Alicons that I have right there. So I got 3 of the Muggers, and I've got one of the Impossible Toys Alicons. And might as well, since we're on that shelf, there is the Make Toys Pandanus. Looking back on Pandanus, man, I wish I would have gotten the Devil Stinger version. Being that we're getting Scorponok, I would have rather had Devil Stinger. There's Fort Max. He's got some 3D printed upgrades. Those guns, those were the first 3D prints I did. Really happy with those. The Impossible Toys Quintessence set. There. There's my Unicron shelf. And, oh, God. There is Metroplex. And you can kind of see there's like a knockoff Skittles aerial bot connected up with those 3D printed guns on Metroplex's arm. There is Triptychon. And he's got some 3D printed upgrades as well. You can see like the satellite dishes in his back. There they are. Satellite dishes. And you can see like the double missiles and the laser there on his arms. I am going to put Unicron. I'm going to clear that off. That center shelf right there. I'm going to clear that off. And that is going to be where Unicron, Galvatron, the ships are going to go there as well. I'm going to have like Unicron on one side, the ships on the other. I'm going to 3D print out some stands for the Armada and Energon Unicrons that I have and have them there. And like all my sweeps, Cyclonus, Galvatron, yeah, all going on that table. Oh, look at that. There's my G1 Omega Supreme. My mom and dad got that for me. Let's see. You must pay tribute before entering the room. I've had people get knocked back a little bit. And there is the iGear Swerve. I love the iGear Swerve. They just made it like that salmon pink was horrible. So I just took it apart and painted it. And I think the big thing on this shelf is you can kind of see him down there. It's my custom Iron Fist. Really love that Iron Fist. And my custom Rack and Ruin. And you know what? There is a custom Anode and Lug right there as well. Here we go. Oh, the man, that Omega Supreme, the War for Cybertron Omega Supreme from Planet X. Beautiful figure. Absolutely beautiful figure. There is my custom Leadfoot. Love that head that I put on him. We need to get you a new shelf. We need to get me a storage building is what we need to get. And then down here, nothing too spectacular on that shelf. I think the nicest thing I have on that shelf is probably you can see him in the back there, the Magna Boss. Down here, you can kind of see him off to the left there, my custom Pyro from Last Stand of the Wreckers. Here is the knockoff Power of the Prime's Predaking. I got them for a fraction of the cost. And I'm getting a text, and there's that Weijang Computron. Let me check my messages. And my messages say, do you work tonight? Called in sick. Sick. My back and knee are killing me. Normally I would suffer through. But my last day is next Friday. There we go. Grab a G1 Megs. I wouldn't touch G1 Megs anymore. People are a little twitchy nowadays. I fucking love. Let me bring this out here. This is the private turbo board from Trent Troop. We were speaking about Trent Troop the other day. So there's turbo board. Love that figure. Love that. And he's wielding turbo board and he's on turbo board as well. Down there. Oh yeah. That Jetfire is great. A couple of knockoff Seekers in the back. Combiner Wars Bruticus with Dreamwave. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Combiner Wars Bruticus is great. If you want a cheaper version, definitely go for the KO. The KO, honestly, like there's a Skittles collared combiner. The KO is great quality. Down there, I need to tidy up that shelf a bit. A couple people fell over. But there's Earthrise Prime. The ladies. Orthea. $50 with the kit. Nice, man. There. Honest to God, that's the best Devastator you can buy. Right there. The KO Gravity Builder. Best one you can buy. Love that. Love that. And, oh, there's the Impossible Toys Lithones. I was trying to figure out why they needed help tonight. I heard a vicious rumor you were leaving. Hopefully it pays better. It does. And better hours. Okay. A little bit more there. Nothing too spectacular on that shelf. I think my favorite thing on this shelf is that Pope-looking figure, Pope Gunhead. That Devi. Oh yeah, the Devi is that good. DeLorean and Top Gun. Probably going to go on this shelf right here. Like I said, it's coming out from the walls, so it's probably going to go on this shelf. But we're supposed to see the DeLorean next week. I'm looking forward to that. Stock trading. Stock trading / assistant. Let's see here. Nothing too. Oh, somebody fell. I'm trying to get out of here so that my shadow isn't in the way. Somebody fell down there. I love my Optimus Primal and my Beast Wars Megatron, the Bat Primal and Alligator Con. And oh, here we go. Great shelf. Oversized Bruticus the Warbitron Bruticus. There is the TFC Seacons. Oh, yeah. Down there is that shitty Lego Omega Supreme, that Sentinel. My love. My one and only. Mr. Hardhat. Oh, God, I love that guy. A couple of glow-in-the-dark arms microns down there. There is, okay, see the little red robot to the just to the side of Omega Supreme there? That is Gargantua. I love Gargantua. That's the one I had as a kid. I'm still trying to get parts to fix it up. But Gargantua is just, it's a thing you can put like Matchbox cars in. Love Gargantua. Back there, I may sell that. You can kind of see off to the one side there. My shadows, I need better lighting in this room. Off to the one side there is a knockoff Die Atlas. I may sell that eventually. It's the Korean knockoff. Down there, oh, look, it's Scourge. It's hard to see him there. And down there's my Stariers. Love my Stariers. There's some Siege stuff. Megatron. Down there. A couple of knockoffs there. I think my favorite thing on this shelf would happen to be the Bumblebee Optimus Prime. And down there, you can't really see it well because there's poor lighting in the corner. The Weapon Ring Optimus. Can't see anything down there. You're just going to have to trust me. There's more Star Eaters down there. Oh, this is one of my movie shelves. This is the oversized leader class Grimlock. Is my favorite thing on this shelf. Look at him. He's so huge. Gargantua would fight Godzilla, and Godzilla would win because Gargantua sucks, but I enjoy him. More movie stuff. More movie stuff, more movie stuff. And over here, more movie stuff, more movie stuff, more movie stuff. God, I'm starting to realize they put out a ton of movie stuff. Good luck, buddy. I turned down ASG, too much of a pay cut. Have a commercial interview Monday. Nice. And up there, I think the Glacial Lord up there to the right is my favorite thing. He's kind of funky. I like him. And a couple of customs on that shelf. I do like the little steel jaws over there. And I just kind of like, here's where I kind of hide stuff. There is my G1 Decepticons on the other side of the room. Love them. Reflector fell down. Ectotron down there. Definite favorites. Triclops, buddy. How you doing? Glacial Lord is good. He is good. Taking these shelves two at a time. Right there. I think there's no thinking about it. My favorite thing on this shelf would absolutely have to be my custom ROM. Mark, buddy. Thank you. Flame's a close second. I can't get the Autobot logo to stick to Flame, though. Over here, every once in a while, I still get people asking me to sell this knockoff, undersized Power Master Optimus. The Fire Guts Optimus. Just some random stuff down there, random stuff down there. Now, yep, gonna have to say, the Die Atlas. Oh man, that Die Atlas is great. Love it to death. I do like the Death Star. Like a lot of my Star Wars stuff is right here. Primus. Oh, HasLab Unicron. HasLab Unicron's going right on that table, man. Right on that table. I'm going to clear that off. I was originally just kind of sitting there doing everything. And Just got up to show off the collection a little bit. And right there, trying to get out of here, but get close enough. I do like the little Diaclone King Dam down there. Energon Omega Supreme, big favorite of mine. Brave Max. Lovely figure. Absolutely lovely figure. And I like the little Doug Graham helicopters I've got perched on them there, too. And there we go. Omega Prime. Love Omega Prime. No doubt. But I guess it's kind of a tie. Three-way tie here between Omega Prime and then the Nexus Prime and Magnetron. Do love each one of those figures equally. Down here, there's a bit of a curiosity here. See that little blue guy? He's called a Mysterian. Oh, this Ratchet, this is there's not enough Transformers. This Ratchet is an oversized knockoff of like one of the I think it's like Iron Factory Ratchet. It's it's way oversized. Let's see, Mineral Point. There we go. Guys asking me where my new job is. But the Mysterian, yeah, I'd kind of like to get a couple more of Mysterians. They're a little bit of weirdness. Did you get that upgrade that fits Nexus? No, I didn't. My Nexus Maximus is so fragile. That clear plastic is a bloody nightmare. Quaternion on Shapeways, he's got a few things that I may get to make like a more Combiner Wars Nexus Maximus. But until that point, that one will do. My Omnibots down there. I love my Omnibots. A couple of the other ones have fallen down. My Dinobot shelf. Look at the way the light glints off the wings. I love that. Man, the Shuriken Dinobots. Let's see here. Of course, Combiner Wars, Seacons, Piranacon. Love that. There's a little knockoff, undersized Overlord down there. I get a lot of people asking me to sell that, too. And then down there, just a few whatnots. Here is the stuff I keep, like boxes I keep, stuff I keep in box. The guy that's texting me right now actually got me that Bumblebee as a Christmas gift, so that's why I keep it. You can see like the quintessent corkscrew ship that I printed out right there. That was my mom's teddy bear. And that's my niece up there. Good for you, buddy. And then a couple of KOs. Oversized MP Optimus. There's Triptychon. This shelf doesn't have a lot of stuff on it yet. The Planet X Triptychon. KO Dinobot Combiner we talked about years ago. What percentage do you consider mainstream Transformers products versus third-party knockoff? I would say probably 85-15. 85 legitimate, 15 knockoff. Honestly, probably a little bit more knockoff-wise. And then there was weird, like I've got weird conglomerations. Do you call this is like a custom, it's made from like certain like third-party parts and 3D printed parts and legitimate toy. So, what do we call that? But yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, probably closer to 80-20. 80-20. So, love my hind lad. Close up on the groin. And there's an Impactor. A couple of knockoffs down there. There's a knockoff G2 Bruticus down there. My Rainmakers. There's Menasor, G2 Menasor and G2 Superion. There's Meth Kitty. Lots of little things down there. It's a little bit of a mess, but I am doing my best to tidy. Oh. Yeah, Wei Zhang. Oh, $40. Had the staff. Yeah, that is let me stand up here one more time. Let's see here. So he is right there. You can kind of see in the blue and gray one, Max. Do I have a section for my customs as well? There's very few things that I kind of sectionalize out. Like I'll put like the season 1 G1 Autobots on their own side, the season 1 Decepticons on their side, but it's kind of an oleo. Like here's a custom Spinister just chilling out with the Seekers and Soundwave and Overlord. Looking around. Custom Leadfoot, just chilling out with some legit guys. There's a custom Misfire down there, chilling out between some road bots. Yeah, customs, I don't have like a specific section just for customs. Like right down here, here's my Fembots. But chilling with my Fembots is Solus Prime. I'll bring Solus Prime over here. I love this. She's a beautiful figure. More Transformers or more porn? You know what? I bet I have more Transformers than porn. I bet I have more Transformers than porn. But yeah, there is my custom Solus Prime. More Transformers than porn. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Let me text my friend back. Thank you. I am nervous about the new job, but I am more nervous about staying. I have heard some scary rumors how do you spell rumors? The nervousness will subside. Yeah. The guy that I'm going to work as an independent contractor for a stock trader who's a friend of mine. So I'm going to be helping him trade stocks, and I'm going to be helping him as an assistant. But the way that I kind of set it aside was I would go work for a business that was worth $500,000 and not be nervous about it. This guy is worth $4 million. Why am I being nervous about this? He's his own business. Steal all the pens before you leave Comcast. Will do. I'm working from home, so they're all my pens. RUMORS. And a lot have come to pass. Oh, so I'll just be stealing my own pens. Fuck. Ink is expensive. Well, depends what type. You know, that Harry Potter invisible stuff. Octopus ink. G2 pens for life. I loved, as a kid, I thought stuff didn't get any better than whenever I had a pen that had 4 different colors of ink. Oh, my all-time favorite figure, definitely Mr. Hardhat. Mr. Hardhat is a knockoff of Devastator, made by this little company called 4-Star. But instead of, well, you know what? I could sit here and talk about it. How about I just go get Mr. Hardhat? Here we go. And let's move this over. There is the beauty. Hey, have a good night, Crimson Raptors. Fantastic to see you, man. I'm going to do more of these. But there's Mr. Hardhat. He is my all-time favorite Transformer. He is, yeah, he's definitely fantastic. I think somebody, I can't prove it, but I think somebody at IDW may be a fan of Mr. Hardhat, because Mr. Hardhat is kind of a mishmash of a whole bunch of different toys. So it's Devastator. No two ways about it. It's Devastator. You've got like a scoop, a crane, a dump truck, a plow, a mixing truck, and a crane. But, you know, everything's, you've got Jetfire's head. The crane in the back here actually has Jeepers Creepers heads from GoBots. The crane, Hook, he ends up where Hook goes in IDW after Scrapper dies. So Hook goes down as the leg, and this Hook has Prowl's head. So I honestly think, and of course, Prowl, you know, became the 6th member of Devastator in IDW. I honestly think that that somebody at IDW loves Mr. Hardhat. Rumors of downsizing. And a ton of departments, ton of people were let go. Truly, Mr. Hardhat was Nexus Maximus before Nexus Maximus. Yep. Was that customer care would be next, and ASG would handle all calls. Oh, so you're looking to change your career? I was out when you talked about it. Yeah. So right now I put in my 2 weeks notice last week, so I've got 1 more week to go. I'm calling off sick tonight. My back hurts, my knee hurts, and quite honestly, if it was any other day, I would just suffer through it. But No, it's my last 2 weeks. I'm not going to put stress on myself. I'm absolutely not going to put stress on myself. Um, so yeah, it's I'm just going to use the sick time. I've got tons and tons of sick time because this is only in the 2 years. In the 2 years that I've been with this company, I've only used. Today is my 5th day of sick time that I've used. Have a good night, Triclops. Have a good one. So I'm taking tonight off. And yeah, I'm just going to be chill about it. A buddy of mine is a stock trader and he needs an assistant. And I am going to be his assistant. So that's my plan. I start not this Monday, but the Monday after. And looking forward to it. A little bit of a bump in pay. I'm going to have decent hours. Instead of working 11 and a half hours a day, I'm just going to work 8 hours straight through and be done with it. And on top of that, working on my voice career. So I've got lines to record. Yeah, 2 years at AB. Comcast, wink. 2 years at Comcast. Wink. It's not really Comcast. But I'm not here to throw shit around. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I am changing completely. Absolutely. Oh. Nothing I can do about that. Same for me. You work for the Canadian Space Agency? Damn! How many years until we have maple syrup on the moon? Believe me, I live in Pennsylvania, so it might as well be Little Canada. We have the same weather. We have the same. Hell, I tapped trees whenever I was a kid. I know how to make maple syrup, and I'll prove it. 40 gallons of sugar water equals 1 gallon of syrup. There you go. Was there ever even a single person let go in Johnstown? I am not sure. Let's wait until we build the gateway station first. Maple syrup rocks. Hell yeah, it does. Hell yeah, it does. Here's something that I like. You get yourself. You ever thought of doing a custom Mr. Hard Hat? Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about custom Mr. Hard Hat here in a second, but right now we're talking about the glories of maple syrup. What you do, get yourselves 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream, sprinkle a cup of blueberries on top of that, maple syrup instead of chocolate syrup, and crushed walnuts, and you have yourself diabetes. But you at least get diabetes while smiling. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. It is the Mr. Hard Hat. I have thought about it, but I'm having a little bit of trouble. I think I may do like Lego connectors and what have you. And now that I'm getting more and more into 3D printing, it is, I'll be able to make some parts like the chest shield and the waist shield, the gun, the hands, a little bit more effectively. I think I may pull it off. The big trick for me is getting like this particular type of cab on Mixmaster instead of the flat nose. And I don't want to use the movie Mixmaster. I do not want to use the movie Mixmaster. But getting that particular Mixmaster nose cab on it, getting hooked to be one of the legs, that would be the trick. But am I planning to do a custom Mr. Hard Hat? Give me a second. the answer is yes. And there's what I plan to use for the head. Whoop. So yeah, I am planning a custom Mr. Hard hat. It's just a matter of time. So are you now doing more customs with 3D printing parts or building from scratch? Equal amounts. Equal amounts. Like right now I'm doing a tie rest. Well, I got plans to do a tie rest. And that one's going to be all scratch. I'm using like the Combiner Wars Starscream leader class for the body. I'm using like this Dollar Tree kind of knockoff. It was this weird knockoff. They had it, not Dollar Tree, but Dollar General. It was this weird knockoff that kind of turned into a futuristic car. It looked like something out of Brave. And there was one that was shark themed and another one that I think was like tiger themed or lion themed. And the head on the lion themed one had kind of a nice regal look to it. So I'm using that for Tyrese head, gluing the crown to it, and then doing the Combiner Wars Starscream body. I'd be happy with Mr. Hard Hat being gravity builder sized. Yeah. And honestly, I would probably use a lot of the gravity builder figures if I were to do it. Because each one of those KO gravity builder figures, each one of those KOs is only about $14, $15. So it would definitely keep the price down. I'm not good with designing. Like, I'm getting better. I designed Spectro's gun on Tinkercad and printed this out. I designed. Here is Bob from IDW. I designed him on Tinkercad and printed him out. And if you guys want these, if you have a 3D printer, they're available for free up on Thingiverse in the Doll Surprise toy shop. Or you can go to, if you don't have a 3D printer, you can go to Shapeways and print them out there. And next week I'll have, here's for the Earthrise Optimus Prime. Here's like his pump. So it just needs a piece of 5mm tubing. Thank you very kindly, Mark. Just needs a piece of 5mm rubber tubing to connect the pump up to the actual pump. Like the I guess this would be the pump base and the pump handle. So yeah, it's all a matter of time until I get that stuff done. But once I get a little bit better at designing heads, then I'll be able to design heads for the gravity builder figure and really start to work in earnest. You could use a twist tie for the tubing. I could. I have this corrugated tubing that has 5mm in the inside diameter and 7 on the out. But I don't want like the ribbed corrugated tubing. I use that for like flamethrowers and what have you. But it's on its way to me. I got some 5mm rubber tubing. It's on its way to me. I'm using PLA to print right now. I don't have any ABS. I'm using PLA to print. And eventually, probably soon, I'm going to get myself either an Anycubic Photon or an Elegoo Mars resin printer. I'm really, really impressed with the stuff that Anycubic and Elegoo are doing. But honestly, I have a Creality Ender 3 printer. That thing is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. It is, I'm planning that as well. Right on. The Creality Ender 3, if you just, 50mm is your speed. You put it on super quality. You make the layers 0.12, use a 0.4 nozzle, and you just take your time. Take your time and get thin layers. Honestly, it looks good. This Spectro's gun right here. Let me get it out here. Spectro's gun, printed on the Creality Ender 3. This Revenge figure, Revenge ship from Funbee Studios. This was printed Creality Ender 3. The Decepticon ship, the Victory, Creality Ender 3. No, and these are good looking prints. Very good looking prints. Hell, the let me grab this. The Rod Pod from Funby Studios. Ender 3. Yeah, the resolution is great. The resolution is great on this. A little bit of post-processing. I don't use like the standard supports. I use tree supports. And anybody that does anything with the Ender 3, honest to God, do yourself a favor, use the tree supports. They're so much easier to take off. They cause less damage than the regular supports do. I mean, yeah, this guy, Ender 3, the Swerve's little bar bot, the red pad. And I mean, this is great. This is absolutely great. Yellow, is there a company out there that can make a decent yellow? Yellow is so hard to paint with. Anytime I have a figure that I have to paint yellow, I die. I die of sadness inside. I just cry tears, and I cry and cry and cry until I dehydrate and die. Oh. Yeah, red's pretty bad too. Which made the Rod Pod a fucking nightmare. But I printed the Rod Pod out in like slightly translucent red, and instead of yellow, I went with gold. You know, I went with like an acrylic gold, and I think it came out really nice looking. And Rodimus seems like IDW Rodimus seems like the type of guy that would go, yeah, let's make it gold. Ah! The color blindness, every once in a while I have trouble with the color blindness. Like I was showing somebody the Canon here that my custom 10 is manning. Let me bring it over here. So I printed this out. That Canon is from Funby Studios as well. And that's my custom IDW 10. And somebody was saying, wow, that purple is so dark, it's almost black. And honestly, it just looks the same color as every other purple. So I might have my friend go with me to Walmart and have me pick out a purple that's more appropriate for it. But honestly, I can't tell. So what's the point? Right? If I can't tell, what's the point? And poor 10. I love 10. We never got a good figure of 10, so I made my own. He's a Titan Master. His head does not want to come out, though. There we go. Yay. And if you want that faceplate, you can get them on Trent Troops, Octavert Forge over on Shapeways. And if you have a 3D printer, don't be afraid to PM Trent. He's really good about like sending the files out, you know, for a cost. Poor 10. He finally got to talk and he just up and died. But he was ecstatic about it, so you gotta be happy about that, I guess. Oh. Greta wants to say hi. She's sitting here going like, you're paying too much attention to toys. When are you going to pay attention to me? Yeah? Kitty. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. It's Bulkhead. It's the Robot Heroes or Robot Masters, whatever the heck they were called. Bulkhead. Did you get Earthrise Skylinks yet? Not yet. I pre-ordered him on Hasbro Pulse. So as soon as everything else gets released, that'll be on its way to me. A lot of people, I have been stunned. A lot of people dislike Hasbro Pulse. Like I was watching Toy Galaxy, and they were talking about how much they dislike Hasbro Pulse, and it was kind of like a surprise to me, and it was a thing of like, wow, I didn't realize people disliked Hasbro Pulse. And Toy Galaxy, he was not happy with Hasbro Pulse. And here's the thing, I don't discourage anyone. Everyone's allowed to have their opinion. That's fine. If he doesn't like it, that's the beauty of the world. If you don't like it, you don't need to use it. But in my experience, I've really, really enjoyed Hasbro Pulse. Yeah, it is a bit weird how they don't pack items from the same order in the same box, right? Just everything comes in its own box, and all of a sudden I have to make a trip to the recyclers. But God, it is a nightmare trying to find things in stores anymore. Monthly subscription. It's Hasbro Pulse isn't monthly. I think it's like $50 a year. But like I got mine for free. I got my Hasbro Pulse subscription for free because I ended up buying something whenever they had the free thing. But they did a survey a little while back. Oh, hey Justin, it's good, man. Good to hear from you, buddy. I got a survey from Hasbro Pulse a couple of months back, and in that survey, there was a little thing of like, how much money do you think you should spend at Hasbro Pulse to get a subscription? Transformers are my medicine. To get a free subscription to Hasbro Pulse Premium. And I kind of put $200, $300, somewhere around that range. And I have gone way past that. Hell, I went past that with one purchase, the HasLab Unicron. I think that would be a neat thing for Hasbro Pulse to do. Anyone that purchased the HasLab Unicron gets another like free year, 2 years of premium. But honestly, it's been fantastic. I've saved that $50 over time and time again just in shipping. And stuff like, here's the thing, like Xavier and Chase, they'll go, hey, could you order something for me? And then they get the free shipping too. I just have it shipped to them. I change the address in my Hasbro Pulse and boom, Xavier gets his toy. So yeah, Chase, I forget what I ordered for Chase. It was I think it was the Siege Hotshot. The repaint of Hound is what we ordered for Chase. God, I miss that boy. He's like that. You ever see the cartoon where the dog is annoyed by the cat? And then he thinks the cat was baked into cookies, but it turns out the cat is just, he's okay and he's happy to see him again. That's what Chase is. Chase is that little annoying cat that you'd be really sad to miss. I haven't heard from Chase. He said he was going to try to make it on for the 500th episode. Everybody listening, by the way, next Wednesday, we'll be recording episode 500 of Good Morning Cybertron. Looking forward to it. And you can find it on this YouTube channel. You can find it on Xavier's YouTube channel, Rave1X. You can find it on Podbean, Spotify. We're on Spotify. I'm not certain. Xavier, did we ever get Good Morning Cybertron up on Stitcher or iTunes? And I know we're up on BitChute as well. So, I mean, we are all over the place. Right, Mark? 500 episodes. Honestly, more, because we had a few specials here and there that just weren't numbered. But yeah, next week's number 500. Man, and I'll tell you what, even though like the listenership is down, I love doing it. I absolutely love doing it. Just talking to these guys every week, it's fantastic. And I have to say, I think the Good Morning Cybertron is honestly one of the funniest. Um, I think it's one of the funniest and one of the most pleasant Transformers podcasts out there. I'm always a little stunned that it doesn't get the views that it does, but that's okay. I'm not doing it for the views. I'm doing it to hang out with Holson and Xavier and Walter, Chase and Max on occasion, Pete. Yeah, it's I have an absolute blast. I have an absolute blast doing that, and I hope to do it for 500 more. I have to cough. It's not the COVID, I promise. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Man. Yeah, I remember that first episode. It was just me, Pete, and Josh. Me, Pete, and Josh. Man. Let's see. We were one. Yeah. Let's see. I don't think it's been quite 15 years. Maybe it has. Maybe it has. Holy hell. I think we started, I want to say 2007. Oh, everyone still thinks we suck, Xavier. That's okay, though. I'm not doing it to please people. I want to say we started 2007. Does that sound right? So, yeah, 12 years. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Yeah, Greta's stunned by that. Absolutely stunned. We did suck for a while. You guys started before Dark of the Moon, but after Revenge of the Fallen. Yeah, that was right. Because I started that podcast right in the middle of my divorce. And I remember like going to see, like right after shit hit the fan with my first wife. I remember going to see Dark of the Moon. I went to see Dark of the Moon in the theaters. And then I went later on that day and watched, not Dark of the Moon, Revenge of the Fallen. I went to watch Revenge of the Fallen in the theaters. And then later on, I went to see Revenge of the Fallen the same day. Twice in the same day. Man. Dark of the Moon was one of the first things I came on to talk about. Dark of the Moon or Revenge of the Fallen? Maybe it was Dark of the Moon. Well, I have you on, like, for some reason I have you on, like, episode 8 or 9. Just my memory is kind of kicking in. Yeah, Xavier comes on episode 8 or 9. Maybe it was a little bit later. Maybe it was 10 or 12. Dark of the Moon. As far as that goes, Dark of the Moon still remembers the... Dark of the Moon still remains my favorite Bayverse Transformers film. Everything else was pretty bad. The first one was okay. But Dark of the Moon, you know what? Just Alan Tudyk is maple syrup. You can put it on anything, and it's going to be great. So Alan Tudyk really, really saved that movie. Yeah. Episode 11, asking questions. Episode 8. There we go. Oh, my heavens. It's one of the better ones, but it's still pretty bad. Well, yeah. You know, it's like saying Dark of the Moon is the best Bayverse Transformers film. It's kind of like saying, I got skin cancer. Hey, they're going to cut it off. I'll be fine. It's still cancer. I have a good question for you. In the Transformers toy domain, We have come full circle. They're designing everything G1 with Earthrise. What is next? I think there's still plenty to investigate. Whatever is after Earthrise, I mean, I can almost guarantee there's going to be an Optimus and a Megatron in it. Or at least a Rodimus and a Galvatron. Did every episode of Prime, yeah. But I still think there's plenty to explore. We still don't have a decent pinpointer and sure shot. The Autobot Target Masters. We don't have the Action Masters could use some love. Beast Wars, there's always a lot to tap in from Beast Wars. Pretenders, there's still a lot from Pretenders. I do kind of agree with Walter. It's nice whenever they get away from the G1-ish stuff. But at the same time, it's nice to see that. If we kind of stuck with, no more Optimus, no more Megatron, I don't think we would have gotten the great Earthrise Optimus that we have. And Earthrise Optimus is great. I do remember. Boy, people hated that. We got an angry letter. Saying that it was unprofessional and horrible. But that's okay, because that guy ended up running off with a whole bunch of people's money. So whenever you steal a whole bunch of people's money, it kind of negates any criticisms you have towards me. Oh my heavens. There is still a ton of stuff that I'd like to do. I would like to finish up we were doing a reading of the Transformers movie script. I would still love to finish that up. The Transformers movie script, the one where Megatron's a tiny little thing and Unicron has clouds and shit on it. Oh yeah, we got a few angry emails about that, but that was back in the day. For some reason, we would get angry emails. We'd get angry emails about pretty much anything we said. We'd get an angry email saying that we were racist, a couple angry emails saying that we were prejudiced against gay people, which is hilarious because, I think out of all the podcasts on there, we probably had the least amount of white people on there. I was a white person on Good Morning Cybertron, and I was in the minority. Xavier and Pete are both Latino. Xavier's Mexican, and Pete is Puerto Rican. Max is we'll let Max do that himself. That's his own business. Max is definitely Jewish. And here's the thing. Those aren't things to be made fun of. And even in my own life, I'm dating a black woman now. And I'm very much in love with her. I plan to marry Ariana. So it was a thing where all the cries of they're racist and, they're against this, they're against that. I'm Jewish, pansexual, white thing. There it is. It was a thing where, here's the thing. Just because those things exist don't mean we can't have a little fun with it. And we did have a little fun with it. I think there was one point where Max said he was going to crow home and wipe his tears with all the money on his mattress. Max, do you remember that? Yeah, Xavier once dated a black woman too. She was annoying though. Oh my heavens. And yeah, it's here's the thing. I'm pretty all-inclusive. I am pretty all-inclusive. What's the biggest controversy do you think GMC caused, or the biggest thing that took you aback? I think, I know exactly what this is. I hesitate to mention it. But you know what? I'm going to be open and honest about this. We had brought on a gentleman who's you know what? I'm going to talk around it. Oh, the other Scott. Yeah, the other Scott was pretty bad. I'm going to talk around this one because it's part of history. We had brought a gentleman on who has since gone on to great success in Transformers fandom. He's enjoyed some great success with his own podcast, his own toy reviews. And I don't begrudge him any of that. I absolutely do not begrudge him any of that. But I can honestly say, whenever this gentleman was on, I don't think that there was a time on Good Morning Cybertron that things felt more divided and more dramatic. It was, we had a guest on, and I've always had it be like kind of a policy that if you wanted to be a guest on Good Morning Cybertron, you could be. We had a guest on. The guy was fantastic. He was nice, but it was kind of like, why'd you leave this guy on? And it's like, well, we left you on. And eventually it got to the point where we finally went to him before the show, and Josh said, hey, I think you're being a little bit hard on me. And he was cool with Josh, and I said, and I think you're being a little bit rough. I think you need to calm it down. And I mean, he just absolutely blew up on me, and I became the devil. And he goes, why did you say this? We had I had to go apologize to a bunch of people for some stuff that this guy said off air. Yeah, I had to go apologize to a bunch of people for some stuff that he had said off air, some guests that we had on. And I just trying to keep the peace. And I said, hey, we need to, before one show, I'd said, hey, we need to calm it down. And there was another incident too, where there was an individual who was listening to our show who was special needs. And this person was a bundle of nightmare in their own right, but they kind of took the thing of like him being special needs. They kind of took that and ran with it. And I didn't find that cool. I did not find that cool at all. And so I said, we need to calm it down. And finally he like comes to me privately and goes, is it me? Is it me? Is it me? And at the time my mom was fighting cancer and she was losing, and I just did not want to deal with it anymore. And I just went, you know what? No, it wasn't you. And I lied to him. I'm going to be the first to say it. I lied to him to keep the peace. And finally I'd had it, and I said, yeah, it was you. It was you. Because quite honestly, you scare me a little bit. And he left, and he took a few of the other guys with him. They went, started their own thing. And anytime that you hear unacceptable or anything like that, a lot of times we're covering it up. It's become a joke because every once in a while we've said a few things, and we've said a few things, and every time we say something, we get an angry email. And you know what? Here's the thing. They've mentioned us. They've mentioned us on their show. They're allowed to mention us again. That's fine. I don't care. I'm not here to cause drama. That's the last thing. I'm here to make friends. And friends I have made. If it wasn't for Good Morning Cybertron, there would be no Max, Walter, Thomas. There would be no Xavier in my life. There would be no Chase in my life. Pete. These are fantastic people. Or Marks and Ultratron 563s. And, there's all these people. Corey. I'd have no Corey in my life. Corey's fantastic. I'm not here to cause drama. I'm here to make friends. and make friends. Boy, I've made friends, and I know I'm leaving somebody out. I know I'm leaving multiple people out. Quite honestly, the amount of friends I've made through Good Morning Cybertron is absolutely incredible. And in the long run, I've made many, many, many more friends than I have enemies. So I got to say I've done something right. I've got to say I've done something right. So yeah, that would definitely be probably the most divisive thing that ever happened to GNC. That's the biggest thing that ever knocked us back. And it was just like it was a 1-2 punch because I'm going through this. My mom's fighting cancer. And it was at that time that it was just like, yeah, I was going through some health issues of my own. Yeah, that was, and I decided like if Good Morning Cybertron could bounce back from that, it could bounce back from anything. And it has. We're here to make haters jealous. Oh, come on, Xavier. I want to take a photo of Xavier with me holding him like from the back and going, like, you know what? To all the people that done you wrong, thank you for making him the man that I love. Max, I love you guys too, man. I love you too. Absolutely. And I think that's the beautiful thing about Good Morning Cybertron. You come to Good Morning Cybertron for the Transformers, but you're going to end up staying for the weirdness. Like whenever we talk about, like, who knows where it's going to go. We could talk about Daisy Ridley's underwear. We could go to Masters of the Universe knockoffs that have sparkles in their chest. It could literally go anywhere. There's nothing special planned for the 500. There's really nothing at all. It's maybe I'll have a little slice of cake. Who knows? A little slice of cake. That sounds good. Ooh, what is this? This is minimum wage vaporwave. I like this. The 5. Oh, don't break my ribs this time, buddy. The 500, we'll be recording that this Wednesday. Yeah, please be there. This Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is whenever we record. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when we usually record. I think there's a bit of lag between what I'm saying and when it comes out. It'll record 8 p.m. It'll probably hit YouTube around 4 or 5 in the morning. I'll try to remember to let you know, buddy. I'll try to remember to let you know. Oh, my heavens. I know, Greta. I know. Greta's happy about the 500th as well. Yeah, she is. I don't know if you can hear her smoker's meow. Greta, kitty. Oh, just your tail. Come here, Greta. Kitty. That's my foot. There we go. Greta, come here. Look over here. Greta walks around with her tongue sticking out. Oh, and there's Alex. 7 people. Yeah, we had a ton on the last episode. Satellite Division of the Canadian Space Agency. Ooh. You tracking any ASC up there? Mark, do you know what ASC is, or is that an American thing? Can we get the old OG cast? Seems like a bad idea. Yeah. Yeah. Seems like it would probably be a bad idea. Just remind me, lol. NASA. whenever they end up picking up a UFO on their radar. They don't call them UFOs. They call them ASCs, alternative spacecraft. At least that's what I've been told by a couple of people that work in that agency. Josh, Chase, me, Xavier, Scott, Peter. You know what? I'm gonna have to see if having Josh on would be a fucking blast. Be an absolute blast. Just for old time's sakes. Yeah. Remember the Christmas episode we did where we had like a ton of people on for Christmas and it was a fucking nightmare and a half? Oh my God. Like nothing worked. I had like trivia planned, everything, and just nothing worked. Josh actually texted me right before everybody kind of showed up to the chat. Josh said, "Hey, I'm in the chat. Yeah, I'm in the audience." Oh, and Holson, always Holson. I'm more the image-taking scientific and telemetry division. We coordinate with NASA and the Canadian Space Arm. Okay. I get crazy views from this space. Oh, Mark, I am jealous. I am absolutely jealous. That has got to be an amazing job. Lots of math. Lots of math. I picture lots of protractors and stuff, but you guys probably have like more advanced equipment than slide rules and protractors now. Yeah, we had, I think it was something like 12 to 15 people on all at once. And one of them spoke barely any English. Man, that was a time. That was a time. Now, guys, I do believe it is dinner time. Look forward to more of these, man. Look forward to more of these. This has been a blast. And yeah, we're going to do this again really, really soon. Be sure, check. There's going to be more reviews coming up soon, too. Check us out, Good Morning Cybertron. It'll be up by Thursday. You know, episode 500 coming up. Have a good night, everyone. Take her easy. It has been a blast, and thank you. Have a great night. I'm going to go get a pizza.